da, dosbarth enfys. And this video is going out for my reception children because we're going to be doing some addition. So, even though it isn't a live session, I've actually recorded this ready for you. I think we still need to do our good morning song, don't we? Barod, 1, 2, 3. Bore da, sit tighty, bendigedig, bore da. Now then, to get our brains ready for a bit of maths, we always do a bit of counting, don't we? So, I've got some numbers here to 10. So we're going to count quickly and then backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to count backwards now then. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off, which is actually 0, isn't it? But we always like to say blast off at the end. Now then, we're going to count to 20 in twos. Okay, so we've been doing this for a couple of days now. So let's try it in twos. Barod, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Now then, we're going to count in 5s to 50. So that's using our one hand, isn't it? Ready? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Now then, this is our piece de resistance, counting to 100 in tens. Can we do it? Let's see. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Wow! Now, have a little look at my board here. Now, as you can see, I'm not in school today. I'm not doing this one in school. I'm actually doing this one on my desk because I wanted you to see the piece of paper I was working on. And I have drawn 2 circles. And then I've got this sign here. I'm going to draw it a bit bigger for you now. It looks like this. And this is called an addition sign or an add sign. And then this one at the end is equals. So this number, this picture here, this symbol is going to tell you need to add 2 lots together. So you're going to count them all together. Then after this symbol, that means they want to know what your answer is. Okay, so I've got some buttons. Easy things to count. You might have buttons in the house. You might have pieces of pasta. I've seen somebody using pieces of pasta for it. Perfect. Whatever you've got in the house that you can count. It could be a cars. It could be a dolls. It could be sweets. It could be jelly babies. Trouble is with jelly babies, I find they tend to fall in my mouth for some reason. So I try to avoid having the jelly babies because I tend to eat them all. So I'm going to choose 2 numbers from my pile. And I'm going to go for 2, add 1. Now this is actually 2, add 1 more. 2, add 1 more. 2, add 1 more. How many at the end? So how many have I got to put in this circle? Sauline, 2. So I'm going to put 2 buttons in there. There we go. There's my 2 buttons. How many are going to go in this circle? That's right, 1. Then I've got to count them all together. So I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to go 1, 2, 1. I'm going to keep counting. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So 2 add 1 more makes 3. So I'm going to put a number 3 now at the end of my equal sign. Now I know that in the work packs I sent home last week, there were some addition ones that some of you have been practicing. Oh, I better move my things across here because I'm disappearing off your screen. There we go. So 2 add 1 more equals 3. And this is a number sentence. And I like to make up stories. So 2 polar bears were walking down down, well, not the street, I nearly said the street. 2 polar bears were walking along the ice and they saw another polar bear, which made 3 polar bears. Is more likely to be like this. Mrs. Richards ate 2 chocolates, then she had 1 more chocolate, which means that night she'd eaten 3 chocolates. That's more my life at the moment. So now I'm going to put those away and I'm going to shuffle my cards and I'm going to do another sum to show you. So I'm going to have, oh, that's a big number. Wow. Pariva di hun. Pariva di hun. Which number's this? Number 6. 6. Add 3 more equals. So 6 sweets. Add 3 more sweets equals how many sweets have gone in Mrs. Richards' belly. So how many buttons do I need to put here? 6. So I'm going to use my buttons now and I'm going to count them out. And I'm not going to say the number until I put the button down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 3. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Now then, what do we need to do next? We're going to count them all together. And watch me now, I'm going to point at them when I say the number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I need to find the number 9. Is it that one? No. Mrs. Richards. Is it this one? Yes. So let's make a number sentence then. So there were 6 giraffes. And they were in the zoo. And they gave them 3 new giraffes in the zoo. So altogether there were 9 giraffes. Now then, for this, we know there's 6 there, aren't we? Because I can see there's 6 with my eyes. So a quicker way of doing it is to think, right, there's 6 there, and you're going to lock that number in your head. 6, 7, 8, 9. Now the other way we could do this is with our fingers. But when we've got little fingers, it can be a little bit tricky. So I would think 6, and I need to put up 3 more fingers. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But it's a little bit tricky when you've got little fingers, because then I often have to use my nose to start counting my fingers. So I'm going to do another example now for you. Let's have a little look. Now then, I'm going to change that one for this one. Pariva di hun. Rhif pimp. 5. Dyma rhif pimp. Number 5. How many more do we need to add to it? 3. 3 more. And then we're going to find out how many all together. So this is all together, okay? So how many buttons do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to check, because in maths it's really important we keep checking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sawl un yma nawr. Pa rif ydi hwn? 3. 1, 2, 3. Now then, I know there's 5 in there, isn't it? Because I've counted that twice. So I'm going to lock that 5 in my head. So I'm going to say 5. And look how I'm putting my hand over it. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now then, I've just said it's good to count. So I'm going to count again and check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need to find rhif 8 now te. Ble mae rhif 8? Dyma rhif 8. And he's going to go at the end of our number sentence. So Mrs. Richards picked 5 carrots from the garden. And when she looked, she could see 3 more. So remember now, this is adding them up. So in her garden, she had 8 carrots. At the moment, Mrs. Richards only got concrete in her garden. So if there were carrots growing, I think that would be a big miracle. Now then, let's change some numbers about. This is going to be my last example for you. And then, this is when you can practice in the house. It isn't on our work grid for the week, Mr. Richards is just showing you how to do this because lots of you did them on a worksheet last week, and I want to do an example to show that you can make up your own sums. Pa rif ydi hwn? Rhif 7. Pa rif ydi hwn? Rhif 1, number 1. So, how many buttons? Sawl 1. And a cylch, how many do I need to put in a circle? 7. So here we go. What must I remember to do? Only say the number when I point at the button, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I've also arranged my buttons because I can look at that and think, I know that looks like 6 and one more is 7. And one more. I wonder if you know in your head what's 7 and one more. What number comes after number 7? I wonder if you're all shouting at the screen to me. So let's count then. So there's 7. One more is 8. Rhif 8 eto. Number 8. Now to count, because I say is really important, check our answers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and one more is 8. So what's this sign called? This is the adding up sign or addition. And it means your number at the end is going to be bigger. It's going to get bigger, this number, because we're adding things to this number, okay? So think about it as having sweets. Mrs. Richards had 7 sweets. And Mr. Griffiths gave Mrs. Richards one more sweet. And I had 8 sweets at the end. Okay, so your number that starts here is getting bigger because you're adding these numbers together. Right, let's do our goodbye song. Barod, 1, 2, 3. Hwyl faw ffrindiau, hwyl faw ffrindiau, hwyl faw ffrindiau, mae'n amser dweud hwyl faw. Tŵra-lŵra bantynni, 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 tŵra-lŵra bantynni, mae'n amser dweud hwyl fawr. See you all tomorrow, hwyl fawr.